How is Cigarette working out? He's all right? Yeah? Yuri says he's okay. Training a new producer board operator who goes by the name of Cigarette. Oh, what is he in the? He's got a big time Bronx sounding accent. Is a former mob member or something? It's Cigarette. What is that? It's an alias. His name on the street. All right, well, just keep him away from me. So I don't like the way that the guy gives me the creeps for some reason. Appreciate that, Yuri. Thank you. 866-970-9622. 866-970-9622 to the phones in Long Island. And here is Mike on Sports Overnight. Hi, Mike.
We're back. Okay. I'm here with Julio, okay? And he told me we're in the car. And he told me we're listening to the quintessential New York sports show here, okay? Let's be honest, okay?
Well, hold on a second there, Mike. I just want to get some clarification. Is this Mike Francesa?
Your producer, Cigarette. Weird guy. Good guy, but a weird guy, okay? But let's be honest, okay? I thought I was going to be hearing Bart Scott today, all right? But all seriousness aside, Bart Scott is never going to be number one, okay? Now let's get to the picks in the league.
Forget the picks for a second, Mike. Having you on the show right now and unexpectedly having you call in is a delightful surprise to not only myself, but obviously my audience as well. I'm struggling to understand the choice that your former radio station made with the three individuals that they hope to plug that gigantic hole that you left. I just don't think it's going to work.
Bart Scott is a clown, okay? Everyone knows that. I know Bart Scott, okay? He's a decent linebacker, okay? Right. But he's not going to be number one. All right, everyone knows that.
I think everybody does know that, yes.
Everyone knows that, but Cigarette, weird guy. But we're going to get to the picks now in the league where they play. Okay.
Go ahead, Mike.
All right, we got game number one. We got Jacksonville and New Orleans.
Okay, you came equipped with music too.
Yeah, we got Jacksonville on the Pacers, and this is an anti-voter because we're going to go with New England minus 9.
Having some trouble hearing you there, Mike.
Game number 2, we got the Vikings, right? This one, tough spot for Philadelphia, okay? So we're going to go with the Vikings minus the 3. So your picks for week number 18. You got New England minus the 9. And the Vikings minus 3. Okay, we're back after this.
Thanks, Mike. It was good hearing from Mike. Coming on, got the music. He's all set. He gave you the picks, Mike's picks, and how good did Mike do this year? I don't know. With the picks, did he do okay? That's a funny situation over there at Sports Radio 66 WFAN, New York. With the people that they chose to replace the Mike with, the thing about Mike, I don't know why he left. To be honest with you. I know that perhaps he was a little perturbed over the fact that his show was no longer number one on that station, specifically the morning crew of the convict who was going to join us from Greenhaven State Prison last week, Craig Carton and Boomer Esiason. They had, usurped Mike as the big swing and cheese show at Sports Radio 66, WFAN, New York. And Mike didn't like that. And, of course, the convict was taking all kinds of shots at Mike, since he joined Sports Radio 66, WFAN, New York. I'm talking about Carton. And nobody stopped him. Nobody, the management didn't put the kibosh on that. They told Carton to go ahead and do whatever he wanted and, skewer Francesa as often as he wanted. And Mike obviously was none too pleased with this, and perhaps that compelled him to look for the exit door and leave. But here's the thing, in all seriousness, in all seriousness, and no sarcasm intended whatsoever. If you're going to go and do something else, as Mike has indicated and alluded to. He's got options. What those options are, I don't know, but he's got options. Now, I think he's going to wind up doing work at Sirius XM Radio. This is what I've heard through back channels. I won't reveal my sources, but he's going to wind up at Sirius XM in some form, in some fashion, in some capacity. He's going to wind up over there at WFAN, and he's probably going to do his Sunday NFL show over there. And okay, but if you're going on to something else, right, why leave in the first place is my question. Now, as far as the three amigos that they hope to, make people forget about Francesa over at WFAN, I'm sorry, but it just is not going to happen. It is just not going to happen. And listen, I talked about this a little bit last week. And maybe on future shows, I'll talk about it more specifically. Listen, I've got an ear for talent. And the problem in this industry in this day and age is there are not enough people. There's a few. And there's some people I've got a healthy amount of respect for in this industry. But it is dwindling by the day. You have to have an ear for talent. What's going to resonate? What's going to connect? That show that they put together is going to do neither. It's not going to resonate. It's not going to connect. It's not going to go anywhere. You don't even want to be the show that follows Francesa. You want to be the show that follows the show that follows Francesa. You don't want to be Gene Bartow following, for instance, John Wooden. You don't want to be Phil Bankston following Lombardi. You don't want to be somebody at Sirius XM following Dino Costa. You get the picture here. Chaz Palminteri's coming up next. Stay tuned.
The preceding program paid for by Gotham Sports Radio, LLC. This is Sports Overnight with Dino Costa, the quintessential New York sports talk radio show. And it's right here, right now on AM 970, The Answer.
Hour number two. It is, you heard the man, Sports Overnight, across New York City. And, of course, we've got a healthy online listening audience across the country. Where did I take that call from yesterday? Last night on the show was Lynchburg, Virginia. That's right. Somebody from Lynchburg called in. So Dan Leberfeld's coming up on the show later from Jets Confidential. We'll get into the Jets situation with Dan. But as we kick off hour number two, right now it is my distinct pleasure and privilege to welcome on a friend of mine, Bronx-born, Bronx-raised. It is the one and only Chaz Palminteri. Of course, you know him from A Bronx Tale, The Usual Suspects, movies like Mulholland Falls, Analyze This, Legend, which came out not too long ago, which was the story of the English mafia with the Cray brothers, many other movies, television appearances, as a terrific restaurant currently right now over on 30 West 46th Street in New York. Italian dining experience and a terrific one. Chaz Palminteri's restaurant over there. And here he is for the first time on the show, his first scheduled appearance, the one, the only Chaz Palminteri. Chaz, how are you?
All right, Dino, how are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. You stayed up late to come on and talk with me.
Yeah, I go to sleep like around, 1, 2 o'clock. I write sometimes late at night. Usually I write in the morning, but lately I've been writing a little late. Sometimes I'll just, instead of in the morning, I'll just start at like 10 o'clock at night. So, so it's good. It's good. Hey, man, congratulations on the show, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It's good to have you back in New York.
It feels good to be back. It really does. A lot of people have said this is, we talked a couple of weeks ago when we had dinner over at your place. And so many people have told me that, this is where I never should have left to begin with.
Yeah, I was disappointed when you left. I got to be honest with you, But I said, hey, man, man's married. He wants to go to, Wyoming, live there. I could understand it. Okay, go ahead. But it's good to have you back here, man.
Thanks,
really.
Jess. Appreciate that. Yeah, you excited? You happy? I know we talked about this as well, but I guess you could amplify your thoughts a little bit more. Now, you happy with your Yankees as you get set for spring training about 5 weeks from now?
Yeah, I'm real happy. I mean, look, the genius of Brian Cashman is like, usually when you rebuild a team, sometimes, it takes 4 to 5 years. We did this in 2 years. You know, I mean, 2 years, boom, we're right back in. Boom, that's it. We're right back in the running now, babe.
Some Yankees fans, Chaz, that I've spoken with, and I've mentioned this on the show, are not happy with the Stanton acquisition. What are your thoughts on that?
I think I mean, come on, you know, shut up. I tell these people, shut up. You know.
So you've heard this too?
Yeah. A couple of people. Well, he strikes out a lot. Oh, give me a break. He was the MVP. Give me a break, please. The guy had 59 home runs. Come on, stop it. I mean, really. When was the last time two players hit 50 home runs? That Mantle and Maris. You know, so it's ridiculous. You know, do you imagine putting these guys together? Come on. You know, look, you know, maybe he strikes out a little bit, but no, it's okay. I'm fine. I'll take that. He's a really good fielder. Got a great arm in right field. If he's going to play right field, he'll probably play right. Probably don't move Judge to the left. You know, you put Bird in between them, put a left-hander in between them. I think they're a great. Look, we're going to have a great team. Great team.
Well, their window right now is, and the window opened up last year. I think their window to win is pretty considerable. It's going to stretch over the next 3, 4, 5 years for certain, I think, and. You know, provided they remain healthy and they get even an appreciable amount of pitching that keeps. Yeah. I was talking about this last night, Chaz. If you're a pitcher on this staff, you know your margin for error is going to be greater in a lot of cases than other staffs because you would think that this, again, provided they stay healthy, they're going to score a lot of runs.
They're going to score a lot of runs. This team, you know, come on, that's a tough lineup, man. That's a really tough lineup. And, I mean, could we score 4 or 5 runs a game? I think so, you know. I mean, look, the whole key is what you said. Can they stay healthy? That's the whole key. I mean, and listen, like you said again, Dino, we got these guys a long time. There's nobody leaving here. They're all young players signed for a long time. So we're in great shape, man. We're in great shape.
Well, the biggest question I have may not be pursuant to the team on the field, Chaz, when they get ready for spring training in a couple of weeks. The biggest question I have, and I noted this last night, how is Aaron Boone going to handle this situation? Any concerns about the manager in your opinion?
Well, he played in New York. He was that hero, you know, that home run he hit in Boston. You know, he's a great, you know, he's really good with, you know, the media. I don't know as a manager, but I think he will be. Look, you know, it's let's see what happens.
You trust Cashman.
I trust Cashman. I really do. You know, let's see what happens. You know, I trust Cashman. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a good year. I mean, look, will he make some moves that are going to be questioned? Of course. I mean, great managers do that. So everything he does is going to be questioned. But I think we'll be okay. We'll see. I mean, I think we're going to be okay.
Let me talk about the restaurant a little bit with you. I want to hit on a couple things with you while we have you here this evening. And of course, as I mentioned, it's over on West 46th Street in New York. And I was over there. Of course, we had dinner a couple weeks ago. And you know, I was on your website before I went over to have dinner with you that night. And you really are intimately involved in the restaurant in terms of the selection of the food, the menu, all that. You're really involved in this. You get a kick out of this.
I get a real kick out of it. I always wanted a restaurant. You know, I had a great, I had a really great friendship with Frank Sinatra. You know, and Sinatra would tell me about Jilly's and about Toots Shaw's and all that. And I was too young. But he would tell me about that, and I said, wow, what a great thing to have your own restaurant. People come by, and friends come by, you know. And the great thing about the restaurant, you know, as you know, I mean, my play is in its second year, the musical, the Bronx Tale, the musical on Broadway.
Right.
And it's great. I mean, celebrities go see the show. They come to the restaurant. They'll come to the restaurant first, then they'll go see the show. So it's pretty... my restaurant's only 3 blocks away from the theater, so it's really been an incredible ride I've been having, you know, and I'm really enjoying it, man. It's a great time. It's a great time.
A Bronx Tale, and of course now a musical, and you did the one-man show for many years. The movie itself, which has become an icon, a classic in many people's minds. When you wrote that film, Chaz, and in the ensuing